So we can start with some video clips of animals just showing God's amazing creation on earth.
Ты будешь чесаться. А это что такое? Посмотришь. Каська. Что это, скажи? Поставила сюда. Давай тебя тоже. Ай, ты моя киса. Облепили лисички.
There, stand. Walk up. Walk up, walk up. Stand. Come up. There. Jet. Away. Away, away. There. Come by. Stand. There, Bear. Push. Push, push, push. Get him up. There, good boy. Stand. Stand. Come. Come. Stand. Walk up. There. Stand.
Look at this quote. The most dangerous animal on this planet is a fake friend. Guys, try and be nice. Try and be kind. Let your words be there for the upbuilding of other people. What comes out of your mouth can hurt a person as much as your fists. Verbal abuse is abuse. Abusing people verbally, being nasty. One day you will regret it. You can become a person that people really dislike. Use your tongue and your words for building people up. Don't raise your voice, improve your argument. Look at this lady when she gets upset about some I think it's a political project they had. She starts shouting and screaming. The Bible says, anger labels you a fool. Stupidity and foolishness is shown in people that rant and rave. Control yourself and do something about it.
I'm driving in the car right now, but I just got a notification that Clarence Thomas is hospitalized. Rats! Could this year get any flipping worse? Clarence, all you have to do is make it to 2024 and then Trump will be president again. Particles! If something happens to you, I'll only have 5 other black conservatives to quote. Barnacles!
Stop creating problems that aren't even there. Guys, a person must focus on not making big things out of small things. Get perspective. You'll have to deal with problems. That's fine. It develops you. Look at this guy. He thinks he's drowning, but all he has to do is stand up. People must not make big things out of small things. They must have perspective about life. Look at this lady's over-the-top reaction about Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter. Perspective and control and not making big things out of small things is vital.
Dr. Pollen, I'm your 2 o'clock.
Oh, hey, Mandy. Have a seat. What can I do for you?
It's terrible. I can't even. I have literally lost my ability to even.
Whoa, let's calm down. What was it? Some sort of tragic loss? Death in the family? No one misgendered you, did they?
No, it's even worse. Elon Musk wants to buy our company.
All right, another one. All right, just tell me, what is it about Elon buying Twitter that actually bothers you? And remember, this is a safe space. There's no judgment here.
If he buys our free speech platform, people will be able to have free speech on our platform.
Well, that's just stupid. All right, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's go a little bit deeper. What exactly bothers you about somebody having free speech on our free speech platform?
If we don't have the unilateral power to ban ideas we don't like, we'd actually have to discuss and defend our ideas based on their own merit.
And what's the problem with that?
It's just everyone who disagrees with me is a Nazi. So it's imperative that I change their mind with force and violence.
Very interesting. Now, let's try something else. I'm gonna hold up some shapes and I want you to tell me exactly what you see.
Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. That one kind of looks like a lip. Nazis, Nazis, Adolf Hitler, Nazis. Oh, I know that one. It's the Hindu symbol for peace. Namaste. Nazis, Nazis, Donald Trump. No, wait, it's still Nazis.
Fascinating. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to answer honestly. Is Elon in the room with us right now?
Yes, I see him at work. I see him at Whole Foods. I see him when I get into my Tesla. He's everywhere.
Guys, Ecclesiastes 7:9 in the Bible says, "Control your temper, for anger labels you a fool." It is so critical to be able to control your emotions. Do not shout, do not scream, do not abuse people. Control your temper, become a person of honor and an honorable person. Look at this Roman legion, how they were able to control their tempers, control their emotions, and work together. And so they built a massive empire. There are many virtues in the practices of discipline.
Formation tortue! Formation de la tortue d'un point de vue animalier!
Guys, learn to love discipline. Look at this quote here about success. Success comes from only 1% luck, only 1% talent, and 98% never give up. Keep going, keep pushing, keep working, keep getting up. This is the 100% success formula. Look at Michael Phelps in this next video clip. He was, I think, the greatest Olympic athlete in any form. He won the most Olympic medals of any Olympic athlete in whatever discipline. And look at the quote at the end there, "What you do in the dark puts you in the light." How you work off the track and off the field gives you the trophies on the field.
It's the last goodbye, I swear. I have no regrets, for the past is behind me. Tomorrow reminds me just where. Can't quite see the end. How can I rely on my heart if I break it with my own two hands? I heard all you said, don't say anything. It's the last goodbye, I swear.
A true leader doesn't create separation. A true leader brings people together of all walks of life, of all interests, and they are bridge builders. Look at this young lady of 34 to become the first prime minister of that age of any nation, the youngest prime minister of any country ever.
What's it like to be young, female and Prime Minister?
It's a very challenging job. It's something that you cannot prepare.
Finnish Prime Minister Sanna Marin made headlines in 2019 when, at 34 years old, she became the world's youngest serving head of government. At the time, all 5 party leaders in her centre-left coalition government were female.
I think it's very important that we have people from many genders, many generations, many backgrounds in powerful positions making the decisions together. I think this is the only way to make sure that the decisions are good ones.
So, who is she? Marin had a swift rise in Finnish politics, becoming head of the city council of her industrial hometown of Tampere at the age of 27. She said there is no trick to her success, just hard work.
We can pause there and just think about this. As she says, there's no trick to success, just hard work.
With 540,000 followers on Instagram, Marin said she wants to bring a human side to high-level politics to show other young people that age is not a factor. To take her mind off work, Marin says she enjoys running, walking and cleaning.
All physical work helps. I like to do things with my own 2 hands. So I like cleaning, I like doing household work, I like running, I like to go outdoors, to walk. I think all the physical things that we can do also helps the stress and it actually relaxes our mind.
Look at this quote. The biggest asset in the world is your mindset, your attitude towards things, your attitude towards challenges, seeing them as great opportunities, your attitude towards rejection. Everyone gets rejection. Look at this next talk, this guy speaking about that rejection is actually your friend and how he turns rejection into a great and a wonderful thing for his life.
Rather, rejection is our friend and not our enemy. I'm going to share 2 ways that we can see rejection in order to leverage those moments of pain to be the greatest catalyst to our success and proof of our value and uniqueness. The first way that we can view rejection is by seeing it as projection, a psychological projection. A psychological projection is when someone subconsciously employs undesirable feelings or emotions onto someone else rather than admitting to or dealing with their own unwanted feelings. When we can see how the rejections we face may have more to do with another person's inward turmoil and not our own value, our lives will change. Rather than shrink back, get discouraged, or play it safe, we'll move forward in life with confidence and high esteem. You see, I didn't understand that sometimes rejection is projection, a projection of someone's own fears and insecurities onto another person. Those students who made fun of me were deeply insecure. They were unsure of themselves. They were afraid to do anything outside of what their peers thought was acceptable. And because they didn't know how to be their unique selves, they projected their fears and insecurities onto me in the form of mockery and jokes. Because sometimes talking bad about others makes people feel better about themselves. If I would have been able to see their rejection as projection, I would have never taken their jokes personally. I wouldn't have wasted years of my life trying to earn their approval and their acceptance. I would have stayed true to who I was, and I probably would have felt more sorry for them than I was for myself. But I've learned that we don't have to allow rejection to make us do that crazy stuff. We can leverage our moments of rejections to produce confidence and success. I did. Once I discovered that the rejection I faced in the 3rd grade was actually a projection of those students' own issues, I was able to see the beauty in my own difference. Honestly, they had something right about me. I was the black kid that talked and acted white, and I still am. Being the black kid that talks and acts white has enabled me to be versatile as a speaker and work with people from all different walks of life. I can speak to gang members in the street, and I can speak to executives in the boardroom. I can help addicts live free from addiction, and I can coach elite athletes to discover their purpose beyond sports. The very thing that made them reject me has become a crucial component to my success and has made me effective at helping others. And it's all because I learned to see rejection as projection and figured out how to use it for my good.
Real courage is moving forward when the outcome is uncertain. Think about this quote: without fear there cannot be courage. You need big things to make you fearful so that courage can take place. Welcome so-called fearful things, because therein lies great opportunities to do great things you can be proud of. If they were small things, you could never be proud of them. And remember this, the truth is liberating, but only when you have the courage to live it. You have to take action.
The second way that we can see rejection is by viewing it as protection. Protection from something or someone that isn't meant to be in our lives anymore. I learned this lesson after life rejected my dreams of playing in the NFL. I went to Central Michigan University on a full-ride scholarship to play Division I football. Sports was the way that I was going to become rich and famous so that I could buy my parents a house and get all of my family out of poverty. I had so many coaches and players who told me that because of my height, my speed, and my athleticism, that there was no doubt that I would one day play in the NFL. Unfortunately, I ruptured a disc in my back my freshman year, and this injury ended my college career. Life had rejected all that hard work I put in. Rather than view my sports injury as protection from a career path that wasn't the best for me, I took it personal. I felt like life hated me and that my value was pretty much nothing without the sport that I loved or the recognition that I got from being an athlete. Rather than let sports go, I did something terrible in an attempt to keep my athlete dreams alive. I signed a liability waiver and rehabilitated my body to once again play Division I football. I put my body through 2 years of drug addiction, pain, and sleepless nights because I couldn't face life on life's terms. No matter how many painkillers I took or how many epidural shots I got in my back, I couldn't avoid the reality that my career was finished. Nothing I did to avoid that rejection was working. I was so afraid to face rejection because I felt like it meant that I had no value and no future. I figured that since life completely rejected me and all the hard work that I put in to become a professional athlete, that I didn't just fail, but rather that I was a failure. I started to develop new skills and explore new interests. You know what? Over time, I built a life that I loved and even enjoyed more than my life as an athlete. And I would have never been able to do that if it wasn't for life completely rejecting, or should I say, protecting me from becoming a professional athlete. And I believe that the world needs to have the same perspective shift that I had when I was in the psychiatric unit. Rather than internalize rejection to mean that we're less valuable or that our future is unsure, we should view it as protection from something or someone that isn't meant to be in our lives anymore. Imagine what would happen if we stopped viewing rejection as a negative, humiliating force, and we started viewing rejection as a necessary development tool and a catalyst for massive success. More importantly, though, I wonder what your life would look like if you went back to your moments of rejection, and rather than cry, get angry, or bitter, you analyze those moments and reframe them as protection or projection. I wonder if buried beneath your pain and unfortunate circumstances is treasure. I wonder if you'd find keys that would unlock new paths in life that are far beyond what you can think or imagine. I wonder if the next level of your success is locked beneath your most painful moment of rejection. I started by asking you, when was the last time you felt rejected? Was it a boss, an ex-spouse, a parent, a friend, or just bad luck? And I'll end by asking you, what are you going to do with it?
And now we look at a couple of business ideas. I wanted to treat wood, treat planks, treat poles, and they told me the machine cost something like R1 million. I did some research and did some work and found out I can buy a machine like that for about 70,000 Rand. Guys, keep learning, keep developing yourselves. If people tell you things are not possible, that doesn't matter. Keep working. You can make new and amazing products. Look at these next products that people have designed and made, and what incredible products they make for humanity and for the benefit of us.
A mechanical arm scoops up a wrecked car and drops it into a car compactor that turns it into a cube of scrap metal. An automatic arm drops down to fasten, rotate, and peel a coconut in under 5 seconds. Comforter is tightly spooled on an automatic arm for packaging and delivery purposes. Six separate arms of this machine all perform different tasks to create a perfectly coiled heavy-duty spring. A circular pipe is inserted into a pipe deformation machine that transforms the pipe into a square shape.
Listen how Elon Musk speaks about you actually becoming the best at what you are doing. Whatever your business or craft, you are the best at that. And then you can become the boss. Listen how he says, you can't study advanced degrees like MBAs and then expect to be the boss. Studying advanced degrees is great, but you also have to be the best at the process.
You know, and there's a bit too much of the, somebody goes to a high-profile MBA school and then kind of parachutes in as the leader, but they don't actually know how things work. They could be good at, say, PowerPoint presentations or something like that, and they can present well, but they don't actually know how things work. They parachute in instead of like working their way out.
Yeah, they never went through an apprenticeship, for lack of a better word. Yeah,
they're kind of like just not aware of what's really needed for to make great products. People look at MBA school as like, I want to parachute into being the boss instead of earning it, and like I don't think that's good.
The mediocre leader tells, the good leader explains, the superior leader demonstrates. Leadership is not a position or a title, it is an action and example. Look at this lady making this amazing house just with her hands and some basic tools. And obviously the most important of all, very hard work and intelligence and skill. Guys, look at this quote. Happiness is a state of mind. No matter if you're first or third or wherever you place, follow what you love, follow what you enjoy. If you're always trying to be first and always trying to win, you will not often be happy. The route to happiness in business, one of them is to find what you love to do. Even if you have to pay to do it, you are still happy. Even if you come last, you're still happy because you have fallen in love with the process.
right. Well, that was a nice long run. I even had to shut it off. Still wasn't out of fuel. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to come and join me out here, just get a hold of me, maddoxjets.com. I have all kinds of engines and plans and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
I think there might be too many MBAs running companies. There's the MBAization of America, which I think is maybe not that great. There should be more focus on the product, the service itself, less time on board meetings, less time on financials. I just earnestly would recommend to anyone listening that just spend less time in meeting rooms, less time on a spreadsheet, and more time on the factory floor, more time with customers. And obviously a lot of people out there are already doing that, but I would just urge people to say, like, hey, step back a second and say, is your product as awesome as it could be? Probably not. What could you do to make it great? And you know, if you like think about innovation, like maybe it has to be like breakthrough innovation. I don't think it necessarily has to be breakthrough innovation. It's just like you know, just make your product better. This is the thing that really matters.